because you think they got neither bars nor gates, so you can take plunder, and to take booty, to stretch out your hand against the waste places that are again inhabited, and against the people gathered from the people, acquiring livestock and goods, who dwell in the middle of the land. Sheba and Dedan and the merchants of Tarshish and all their young lions shall say to you, have you come to take plunder? Have you gathered your army to take booty, to bear away silver and gold? Silver and gold, that's us, Abba's treasure. To take away livestock and goods, to take great plunder. Therefore, son of man, prophesy, and you shall say to Gog, thus said the Master Yahuwah, in that day when my people Yasharal dwell safely, would you not know? And you shall come from your place out of the far north, you and many peoples with you, all of them riding on horses. Means you're moving fast and swiftly, a great assembly and a great mighty army, which is Christianity, all dumbasses. They have quite an army. You shall go up against my people, Yasharallah, like a cloud, to cover the land. In the latter days it shall be, and I shall bring you against my land, in order that the nations know me when I am set apart in you, O Gog, before their eyes. So if that's correct, and he's talking about all those who don't know the truth, don't love the truth, they're in delusion. Christians, Messianics, atheists, LGBTQ, whatever. He said that he will bring those people against his land. If his land is in the place they tell us it is, then I'm wrong about who he's talking about here. Because those people aren't against the Holy Land, quote unquote. No, they're against where I say the Holy Land is. They're against that. Is anyone against his land? I mean, you could say that about those surrounding that Israel over there, like Iran and Pakistan. But they're saying that they're not against their land, that was actually their land, and they want it back. And they're sick of being bullied. That's what they're saying. So they're not saying that they're against Abba's land. I've talked to plenty of people who are against the real land. And he does that in order that the nations know me when I am set apart in you, O God, before their eyes. Those who Abba shows the truth about the land in Western North America, when he shows someone the truth of that, the reality of his existence, it can't be denied anymore to that person. They know Abba Yahuwah. Anyone from among the nations will know when they see how big of an attempt to cover Abba and his face and the earth and his true land up in this major operation to make us think that it's somewhere else. When you realize all the work, the lies that they've put in to convincing people that the land's over there, when you realize the effort they've put in, there's only one thing left to do, and that is acknowledge that Abba, Yahuwah, the Most High, our wonderful Creator, exists. Abba thinks of everything. Thus said the Master Yahuwah, are you the one I spoke of in former days by my servants, the prophets of Yasharallah, who prophesied for many years in those days to bring you against them? And it shall be on that day, on the day when God comes against the land of Yasharal, declares the Master Yahuwah, that my wrath shall come up in my face. What's that mean? His wrath will come up in his face? You know, a lot of people, when they read stuff like that, they're just like, but he's so silly. He didn't really mean that. Let's keep reading. Don't even pay that no mind. No, there's a reason. And you better pay attention. For in my jealousy and in the fire of my wrath I have spoken. My jealousy. Who's he jealous of? Well, we've been told that he's jealous. He's a jealous Most High. He don't like his children talking about any other mighty one besides him. All the fake ones and stuff. And he's jealous when his children don't keep his Sabbaths, his Shabbats, and his feasts, but yet they keep these other holidays. He's jealous. That's why he says, for in my jealousy, that's why he's going to do this. Why he has fiery wrath. I have spoken. On that day there shall be a great shaking in the land of Yasharal. There has. The fact that I saw the true land, that was a shaking. So that the fish of the sea, when you go fishing for men, those men are fish. So the men that are being fished and the birds of the heaven, I believe the birds of the heaven are angels. The beast of the field, that is governments, organizations, networks, teams, stuff like that. And all creeping creatures that creep on the earth, and all men who are on the face of the earth shall shake at my presence. And the mountains shall be thrown down, and the steep places shall fall, and every wall fall to the ground. And I shall call for a sword against Gog and all my mountains, on all my mountains. An understanding of truth, like peace, love, forgiveness, which are mountains. The sword, the understanding, against Gog, declares the Master Yahuwah, the sword of each one being against his brother. If you won't acknowledge the truth and you also campaign against the truth, you're against your brother. Like last video, you don't get to define, to create the definition of words. Hatred is defined. We know the definition. It's not something you get to make up. It is what it is. And I shall judge him with pestilence and blood, and rain down flooding rain and hailstones, fire and sulfur on him and on his bands and on the many peoples who are with him. And I shall exalt myself and set myself apart, and I shall be known in the eyes of many nations, and they shall know that I am Yahuwah. He said, I shall judge him with pestilence. We'll skip that one. Blood. We know that is the Messiah died. He was speaking truth, exposing darkness, wickedness, and they wanted him to shut up. He wouldn't, so they killed him. That's the blood. He will judge you on how far you're willing to go for him and the truth. And rain down flooding rain. That truth. Water that seed. Hailstones, fire and sulfur are what destroys. It burns on him and on his bands and on the many peoples who are with him. All you people, if you tell me I'm wrong because I say you must boil the blood out, he's going to judge you by that. You know how? Because you didn't care to take a look to see if the word, his word, actually told us not to do it. You've probably even seen it, but you probably figured, you figured one of several things. One being, he didn't know. It don't matter anymore. That was back then. We can eat meat now. We don't have to boil it. So he was wrong. So what you're saying is that Abba didn't know his butt from a hole in the ground when he made that law. And now he don't feel that way. That he was wrong. That's wrong. Or maybe you feel that that isn't really what he meant. He meant something else. But yet, you've offered no effort to show anybody what he really meant. You know why? Because you ain't stopping eating meat. You're eating your cheeseburger. You're thinking to yourself, yeah, you're crazy, Dottie, if you think I'm going to quit eating meat. I'll eat whatever I want. I know you will. I know. You'll do whatever you will to do. The serpent wouldn't have had to ask you twice. He wouldn't have had to finish the sentence where he asked Eve, told Eve to go ahead and eat from that tree. You would have had no problem. You wouldn't have been like Adam and said, well, the Most High, you'd have said, he's gone. The Most High's gone. Hell yeah, we want to eat that tree. Let's do it. Get it while it's hot, while Abba's gone. Sneak behind his back. Do whatever we want, because Abba don't know what he's talking about. That's what they said. That's what you're saying right now. And what's even worse is you'll say no, and you'll act like I should be have an exorcist done on me for saying that about you. But that's just the truth. If you don't follow the word of the Most High, you refuse to acknowledge the righteousness of it and that it should be done or can be done. If you refuse that, it's because you don't think that's the way you should live or anyone should live. You either think Abba made a mistake, or he just didn't know, or he changed his mind. All three of those beliefs are incorrect. and deadly, let me tell you. He will judge you. And there's a lot of people like that. But he thinks of everything. He makes the best out of everything. Everything for a purpose. All words are completely necessary, 1,000,000,000%. Everything will be done so he can be exalted, praised, honored, glorified, esteemed among the nations. And what will happen when you begin to glorify, honor, praise, and esteem him? You're going to live. So ultimately, it's for our own benefit. It's so we can live. He'll exalt himself so we can live. Doesn't matter that you think I'm wrong for giving esteem to the Most High the way I do, if I still do things incorrectly. No one can do everything correctly. So if that's the case, then you feel that no one should be given esteem to the Most High. Exactly my point. You're an advocate of someone who doesn't want the Most High to be esteemed. Unless you're high-fiving me, bro, for giving esteem to the Most High, unless you're doing that, you are in opposition of someone giving esteem to the Most High. You don't like it that I give esteem to him. You'd rather me shut up. And any little reason you can come up with, that you can find to use to make me quit, you will. So your mission, whether big or small, is in opposition to the Most High. You give esteem to yourself, you try to decrease his esteem. Regardless of whether I'm doing something precisely correct or not, if I'm giving esteem to the Most High, I'm giving esteem to the Most High. Praising, glorifying, honoring him. And you have a problem with it. If you have a problem with it, but yet you still say, oh my God, just start saying, I'm my own God instead. Or instead of saying hallelujah, say all praise to my own fat ass. I'm God. Start saying the Bible's bullshit. Start saying that story about Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob is a lie. Because you don't get to try and convince people that you do believe, and you want people to think you're this person of great faith, but you do nothing to help the cause. You actually fight against it. And like I've said, you don't have to fight very hard. All that matters is that you're fighting. We're all fighting. But what side of the battlefield are you on? Chapter 39. Verse 1, and you, son of man, prophesy against Gog, and you shall say, Thus said the Master Yahuwah, see, I am against you, O Gog, the prince of Rosh, Meshech, and Tabal, and shall turn you around and lead you on and bring you up from the uttermost parts of the north and bring you against the mountains of Yasharal. So if we're literal, is he saying he wants these guys to come up and start fighting a mountain? To like tear this mountain down? And shall strike the bow out of your left hand, and make the arrows fall from your right hand. Now we're told that Satan launches fiery arrow darts. He pierces through. The enemy, these people who use the sword and who have been slain by the sword, Abba's going to take those weapons they use against the people out of their hands. On the mountains of Yasharal you shall fall. What will make them fall? The truth, love, understanding, humility. You and all your bands and the peoples who are with you. To the birds of prey, fallen angels, of every sort, and to the beasts of the field I shall give you for food. Demonic entities, churches. On the face of the field you shall fall, for I have spoken, declares the Master Yahuwah. And I shall send fire upon Magog and on those who live undisturbed in the coastlands. And they shall know that I am Yahuwah. And I shall make my set apart name known in the midst of my people Yasharal, and not let my set apart name be profaned anymore. How are they profaning it? Yeah, I used to think that meant saying goddamn. I fought people over saying that. I kicked a guy, my hired man, a guy working for me, out of my truck on the interstate like 200 miles from home one Sunday evening because he wouldn't stop saying goddamn in my truck. I thought for sure that was taking his name in vain, profanity, all that. It's not. Profaning his name is when you call him Lord, which is the same word for Baal. He hates it. God, which could probably be the first part of Satan's real name, God Rael. We know there's a God of fortune. That's who's on the dollar bill. Money. We know that Jesus, Iesus, means Hail Zeus. It's not the English translation of Yahusha. Joshua. No, it's not. Joshua would be a better